stars, the UK Sun is telling us all about the mutual support inside King Charles' emotional lunch with beloved daughter-in-law Kate hours before she revealed her cancer diagnosis. The news comes as well-wishers today began leaving flowers at Windsor Castle for Kate. And that's beautiful. The Princess of Wales and the King had a heart-to-heart at Windsor Castle hours before she announced she had cancer. Charles, who also has the disease, traveled from London for a private lunch with his beloved daughter-in-law, Kate, on Thursday. Kate was keen to speak to the 75-year-old king about his struggle and find out how he was coping. It is believed the pair also talked about Kate's video announcement in which she said the discovery was a huge shock, but vowed she was going to be okay. A source said of the Windsor Castle get-together, "It is highly unusual for just the two of them to sit down together like this." The king had already been made aware that the woman he calls my beloved daughter-in-law had cancer. They would have had lots to discuss and share because just weeks earlier the king had begun his course of treatment and dealt with announcing his diagnosis. The king left his lunch feeling very emotional. They are very close, and he thinks of Catherine as his daughter. There is no doubt there is a lot they can share and can use each other for support during their own deeply personal cancer battles. It is understood Charles had been made aware of Kate's cancer struggle before he traveled from London for the lunch. Queen Camilla is also said to be a pillar of support and in regular contact with Kate. Why wasn't she at lunch? Kate and hubby William have stepped back from work. Surprise! For several weeks after these last months to be with their children George, 10, Charlotte, 8, and Louis, 5. Well-wishers today began leaving flowers at Windsor Castle for Kate. She was admitted to hospital for abdominal surgery on January 16th, but it was not known then there was any cancer. She remained in hospital for 13 nights. Kensington Palace urged the world not to speculate and said she would be off work until April. It has now emerged, although the operation was non-cancerous, subsequent tests found cancer was present. In her own words, Kate revealed she took time to recover from the operation before starting a round of preventative chemotherapy, something that certain doctors have debunked. The cancer treatment began at the end of February and was the reason William pulled out of a Thanksgiving service around that time, citing a personal matter. Now, what do they mean Thanksgiving service? Wasn't it his godfather from Greece's funeral? They don't have Thanksgiving in the UK, do they? Kate's disappearance from public view sparked vile and sickening abuse online and provoked wild and unfounded conspiracy theories. No, there were several fake photos and a fake body double video presented to the public. People went on social media to ask other people, hey, are you seeing this weird fake thing that I'm seeing? That's what provoked theories about what really actually was probably going on and what probably still is. The Sun, a bastion of truth and journalism, exclusively revealed on Monday. The Prince and Princess of Wales had been shopping at Windsor Farm Shop last weekend and watched their children play sport. Our video footage, published 24 hours later and shared around the world, showed Kate looking relaxed and happy. Kate then filmed her personal message sitting on a bench in gardens at Windsor on Wednesday, on a bench that had two very distinctively different halves, with the slats spaced differently and even the armrests different heights. Wow, what an art piece. I'd love to get a picture of that bench and where it's located at Windsor in the gardens. that don't have a backdrop or flowers that look anything like the still photo that seems to be in the background of Kate's video. But go off, UK, especially you UK media people. The video was released on Friday evening with Kate telling the world she was getting stronger every day and had told her children, "I will get better," after Charles announced on February 5th that he had cancer. Kensington Palace revealed Kate and Wills were in regular contact with the king, although we still haven't seen Willis visit his father. Not when Harry was around, not before then, and not since then. Wow. Speaking to Prime Minister Rishi Sunak, I know I'm going to get attacked for that pronunciation. When they met last month, Charles said, "I've had so many wonderful messages and cards, it's reduced me to tears most of the time." The king has spent most of his weekdays at Windsor Castle, but has regularly gone to London to carry out official royal duties at Buckingham Palace. He left Windsor Castle at 11 a.m. on Friday to rest for the weekend at his Highgrove House residence in Gloucestershire. The Queen has been filling in at major engagements, including a visit to Northern Ireland last week. I know the Irish were thrilled to see her. While there, she told well-wishers her husband is doing very well and very disappointed he couldn't come for what was originally intended to be a joint visit. Meanwhile, Kate has been recuperating at Adelaide Cottage, Windsor, with William, 41, and their children. Really? They will not attend the family Easter Sunday service, which is expected to be held at St. George's Chapel at Windsor Castle. Now, what was Uncle Gary talking about? Wasn't he talking about there being a church service in Norfolk where he expected to see his niece? Am I confused? Maybe. It is understood the king is hoping to lead the family to the ceremony at Easter. The Queen, 76, is also hoping to join her husband, if she's allowed, for the service, which is expected to be a scaled-down affair with only a handful of royals attending. Not allowed to attend. She stood in for Charles and William at a service of thanksgiving for the life of King Constantine II of Greece at the chapel in February. So they call it Thanksgiving, not a funeral? Interesting. Kate and William have now pleaded for privacy and done maybe half a dozen news stories since the very dramatic cancer revelation video that Kate released. For us, it was Friday morning. Kate and William have now pleaded for privacy as they spend time together during their children's school holidays. Kate's statement on Friday was issued to coincide with all three children finishing school term. They are due back at Lambrook School, Berkshire, on April 17th, and William will not return to work until then. So don't be looking for him to work. Not like those poors who have to work and deal with family and medical diagnoses and earn their keep. After Kate's cancer statement, Buckingham Palace said, "His Majesty is so proud of Catherine for her courage in speaking as she did. Following their time in hospital together, His Majesty has remained in the closest contact with his beloved daughter-in-law throughout the past weeks. Both their Majesties will continue to offer their love and support to the whole family through this difficult time." Buckingham Palace declined to comment earlier tonight. So don't ask them any questions and just take the videos and the pictures they give you and don't say a word. How dare you? It's their divine right to tell you and show you whatever they like. It doesn't matter if it doesn't seem real. You take that, peasant.